Breaking news. Police car light: the Tennessee Titans are officially entering Week 1, and the wait is finally over. Titans fans, this Sunday your team takes the field in Denver against the Broncos. But before kickoff, there's some big updates coming straight out of Nashville, and these could change the energy heading into game day. After weeks of questions about injuries and missed practices, the Titans are finally getting some good news. Reports confirm that several key players have returned to the field at just the right time. Right tackle J.C. Lam is back after missing multiple practices, easing concerns about the offensive line. And it doesn't stop there. Deandre Sweat, Kevin Winston Jr., Kel Mullings, Legius Sneed, and Lloyd Cushenberry all practice today. Now let me pause for a second. If you're a true Titans fan and you want the latest breaking updates before anyone else, make sure to subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a single update. Alright, let's get back to it. The return of these players is huge. J.C. Lam, a starting piece of the line, being back on the field is a massive relief for this team. Fans were beginning to wonder if something more serious was happening, but today he was out there, full go. Deandre Sweat's return is also big news. It feels like forever since he's been on the practice field. After undergoing surgery to get his tonsils removed, the concern now shifts to his conditioning. He's a powerful player, but he's missed preseason action, and that could affect how ready he is when the real games begin. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. Yes, Deandre Sweat is finally back, but there's still that lingering question about his conditioning. He's a massive presence on the line, and missing all that time during the preseason isn't something you can just brush off. The coaches seem confident he'll be ready, but I'll admit, it's something worth keeping an eye on once the game actually kicks off. The best news, though, might be about Kevin Winston Jr. This is a rookie safety who came into camp battling back from a major injury. For weeks, he was being handled with extreme caution, and fans started wondering if he'd even be ready for the opener. Well, he's back, fully active in practice and on track for Sunday. Now, he might not see heavy snaps right away with the Titans already stacked with veteran safeties, but just knowing he's available is a huge boost for this defense. Then there's Kel Mullings. His situation had been a mystery since he went down in the preseason finale against Minnesota. Nobody was really sure how serious it was, but today we got clarity. The injury wasn't major, he's back on the field, and with Tyjae Spears on IR, Mullings suddenly becomes a very important piece of this backfield. Yes, Tony Pollard will handle most of the workload, but Mullings could be the surprise factor who steps in and makes an impact right away in Week 1. Kel Mullings isn't the only one drawing attention. Legius Sneed being back on the field is massive. After months of uncertainty, people openly wondering if he'd ever be ready, he's now practicing at full speed. That means, when the Titans take the field against Denver, you can fully expect him to be in the starting lineup. For a defense that's built on toughness, Sneed's return is a game-changer. And then there's Lloyd Cushenberry. Facing his former team in Week 1 feels like destiny. All signs have been pointing toward him being ready, and now it's official. He'll be out there, anchoring the line in what's sure to be an emotional matchup. But one of the most encouraging sights came from rookie safety Kevin Winston Jr. Just a year removed from ACL surgery, he was spotted at practice with no brace, no sleeves, nothing but shorts and confidence. That alone speaks volumes. It tells us the medical staff trusts his recovery, and more importantly, that Winston himself feels ready. For a third-round pick that many already see as a potential steal in this year's draft, this is the kind of progress that excites both coaches and fans alike. The best part about Kevin Winston Jr.'s return is that there's no hesitation. No heavy brace, no restrictions, just a clean bill of health. Now, he might not see major snaps this Sunday in Denver, but make no mistake, his trajectory is pointing upward. By mid-season, if not earlier, he could carve out a real role on this defense. That's how strong his recovery has been. We also heard from head coach Brian Callahan, who gave an update on several key names: Lloyd Cushenberry, J.C. Lam, Deandre Sweat, and Legius Sneed. He said he feels good about their endurance but admitted the final word will come with the official injury report on Wednesday. It's a cautious approach, but it leaves the door open for some last-minute surprises. For veterans like Legius Sneed and Cushenberry, the confidence is there, both are expected to be ready. J.C. Lom's situation also looks more like precaution than real concern. The lingering question is still T'Vondre Sweat. His size, combined with the missed practice reps during his recovery, raises doubts about his conditioning. He's talented, no question, but Week 1 will be the first real test of how quickly he can get back into full game shape. Coach Brian Callahan also spoke about something deeper than injuries or depth charts: leadership. In his words, "It's really easy to lead when things go well. The real leadership comes when adversity shows up. And this team feels more connected than ever before. That's the line to focus on, a much more connected team." Now, some might say Callahan has to project confidence, especially with the pressure building in his second season. But here's the truth: from everything we've seen and heard, that connection feels real. Last year's Titans often looked like a group of individuals. Players came in, did their jobs, and left. It didn't always look or feel like a brotherhood. Not that there was locker room drama, but it lacked that fire, the sense that every man was fighting for the guy next to him. And in the NFL, that absence shows up on Sundays. This year, though, the vibe is different. Even wide receiver Calvin Ridley pointed it out, saying this locker room is far closer and more unified than the one he walked into last season. That matters. Because when adversity hits, and it always does, a connected team can survive it, while a fractured one falls apart. Still, words only go so far. For Callahan, for this roster, and for this franchise, the verdict won't be written in press conferences. It'll be written on the field. Wins and losses will decide whether this connected team is truly different, or just repeating old patterns. What's different now is that leadership doesn't feel forced. The locker room seems tighter, more self-driven, with players holding each other accountable. And that's critical, because in the NFL, real leadership comes from within. Coaches can set the tone, but when the doors close, it's the players who have to rally each other. Last year, that presence was missing, and the results spoke for themselves. The Titans finished as the worst team in football. Coach Brian Callahan also pointed to signs of progress during the preseason. The Titans committed fewer penalties, ranked among the least penalized defenses, and finished with 0 fumbles. Now, no one's pretending preseason stats guarantee regular season success, but those numbers matter in one way: they show growth in areas that crushed this team a year ago. The truth is simple: preseason is only a snapshot. What happens in August doesn't always carry into September. But if this cleaner, more disciplined play continues into Week 1 and beyond, then we might be looking at the first proof that this team is finally learning from its mistakes. And for a roster trying to rebuild trust with its fanbase, that would be a powerful first step. Coach Brian Callahan also addressed the wide receivers heading into Denver. His words were cautious but confident: "We feel good about the group. Some unproven guys for sure, but we feel good about them." And he's right, there's a clear split in this unit. Veterans like Calvin Ridley, Tyler Lockett, and Van Jefferson bring proven ability. You know exactly what they offer on Sundays. Ridley is the star, Lockett is the steady chain mover, and Jefferson is a reliable presence. But then there's the other side, the untested names: Elio Manor, Chamir Dyke, and Bryce Oliver. At least one of them has to rise to the occasion. This isn't optional. If the Titans want to compete, someone from that younger group needs to step forward and become a trusted target. And don't forget the tight ends. Gunnar Helm and Chig Okonkwo will be vital as well, because here's the reality: Denver's top corner, Patrick Surtain too, is going to shadow Calvin Ridley all night. That means opportunities for everyone else. Dropped passes or missed assignments can't happen. Someone has to give quarterback Cam the support he needs. Week 1 is where reputations are made. By Sunday night, we'll know whether this receiver group is deeper than just Ridley, or if the Titans are still searching for answers behind their star.